Can you give me a minute, Sally? I've almost got you on wire here. Alright, yeah, I'm coming back from the station. We had technical difficulties for about 3.5 or 4 hours. I went up to the Clark Lane 24. I got halfway there. The thing said finishing up, so I'm going to go ahead and stop at the coat check my Stelian hat. I'm from Highway Patrol. No, I turned around. Low battery. And? Well, what are you wearing? Well, what are you wearing? Hat, please? I'll just spin it around for now. I look like a cookie. The news today, oh boy. No, I've been in this area since the attack of the 9/11s. A cookie, like a rookie cookie. I look like a cookie, like a cookie cutter. I look like a cookie, like a nookie, like a male nookie. What are those called? Nuckas? Like a binky? A rookie cookie nucka, huh? A rookie cookie nucka binky. We're not really sure at this point. Huh? Did you see the naughty scar on my forehead? Did you read about it? You have paperwork on it? Can I have some? I don't have any. It's still classified for me. Huh? I look like one of those. It was between 9/11 and 2008, actually. No, prepping up for a full-time service, civil service, life-saving services, New London County, New London City Tri-Town. Yeah, for the submarine force, the Coast Guard. Huh? He got good computer programming skills too, so he was eligible for General Dynamics, computer programmings, quantum nuclear engineering, advanced physics, and computer programmings. Same thing. You wrap the nuclear physics up with quantum engineering, and you do some quantum physics with nuclear engineering at the same time, and call it advanced physics. And then you do the same thing in computer languages 2 rooms over. Yeah, and I had a full 4 years of similar to HTTP MySQL. Basic, C+, MySQL. Yeah, I remember those three. There was a few other things, but I was mostly glazed eyes for it. The temples float to the sides of my head, as one so to speak. It was supposed to be a submariner night vision. Gramps was in the Navy during World War II. He stayed in the submarine force until 2003. He was on a nuclear battle class that went to China and back. Now, Pa didn't come along till 65, but he taught that one everything he knew. Till Desert Storm, 95. And then, all of a sudden I was 12 years old with a 22 instead of 13 with a 22. And when I was 13, I got the 22 anyway. So it was just the second place to the one at home. Through the BSA. Yeah, but you get a bunch of options through exploring. If you're, during a time of war, especially if you have BSA on the side. Yeah, firefighter, BSA, same time. Police explorer, medic, dishwasher at the guard. I forget the submarine force things. Mostly, but because Gramps was such a decorated person, he stayed in the field of nuclear atomic weaponry since witnessing Hiroshima from the top of a battle class submarine. Diesel nuclear that left New London and made it back to New London. Yeah, he was the sniper rifle guy with communications. Yep. No, well, I mean, he brought me up part time. That was one of the dig. Just me and him. Yeah, but my pot's still kicking is the thing, and he had the job in the Office of Cybersecurity outside the Pentagon in Washington District of Columbia for the longest while. He did. He's on the same career path in computers. A different employer these days. Yeah, but I mean, that's 31 years, and you're calling me the rookie, and I've lived in this area the entire 31 years next to the Fort Trumbull Dock and Park. Yeah, well, Grandpa's dad put up the walls for Electric Boat and worked at Electric Boat from 1910 to 1955, is how Silva got the job on the submarine force age 18 or 19 through 2003 when he was like 85 years old. Yeah, so I mean, you look at building submarines from 1910 to 1955 gets passed on to a guy that does a stint from what 1938 to 2003, passed on to a guy that does a stint from 65 to 95 with a break for Desert Storm, and then 2001 for the next 20 years. I showed up as young of age for exploring instead of junior exploring, which requires a guardian. Exploring you could do in squads, troops, and patrols, with or without guardians usually. But you'll need someone upper class until you get to the senior patrol, and they can get in touch with the adult figures if they're of age. So exploring for me went from 2003 to 2008. I got a high school diploma with some decency in something labeled physics as well as the realm of computers. Well, that's all high school was. Everything else was hands-on training. I got my powerboat license to drive next to submarines in August of 2003, in and out of military bases as well. I could tie up to a destroyer or something similar, so I could jump off and swim onto a submarine. Sure, I could park at the Navy dock instead of bars, get off in the Navy extension, climb into whatever they got over there, a zippy U-boat to Listworth or something. Long Island Sound Underwater Research Facility. I used to skate No Reason to Camp Hero. Yeah, 74, 75 times between 2003 and 2008. Sure. Why aren't we talking about rifleries at all, or any of the other qualifiers he was in, like boxing or heavy lifting? 1,100 pounds of repetitions at 25 on the overhead pole. His leg press is 750. His free weight's 165 and he weighs 150. 6 foot tall, waist size 28, jacket size 44, 46, waist size 28, 30. But he only weighs 150 pounds and he does that stuff and then he holds his breath for a long range rifle and like aquatic submerge. I don't know. He's got some serious prerequisites in that field. You might not want to discount any of it, especially every time he notices that naughty scar on his forehead, which is told is probably from a bullet. This really looks like. And then the casualties and immediate family, with like really strange, possibly war related, things involved, like terrorism suspected, of course. They're really prestigious positions. I've held really prestigious positions due to those positions, it seems. House chores and yard work isn't to be underlooked entirely. What is to be overlooked is the minor unrequited security position that I wound up taking at odd hours, similar to what I call the highway patrol, which is actually just walking to the store for a better reception at the public place that's still open, as opposed to my rinky dinky plug it into the wall and cross my fingers. Better reception, yeah, or to buy cigarettes and power drinks. Well, I don't want to smoke a carton in a night because I know I've gone through like 6 packs next to the fire and didn't even notice with Smoking Joe's. Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. I got in a sweet trance from it, yeah. But 3 days came by and I hadn't slept. I was still in trance next to the embers, and Mom came home. No, everything was fine. It's a happy story. She kissed me on the forehead. I fell asleep. I almost fell over. No, I fell asleep right there. Thankfully, I slumped instead of to the side. Would have hit my head. Woken up. Oh, she came over and gave me one of these scruffs and kissed me on the forehead, and I just immediately asleep after 3 days of consecutive tobacco trance. I smoked six packs that night, and then like 3 packs through the next day, and the carton was gone, and I was just chilling. I don't know. I wouldn't. I just consider it a dreamscape. Normally, I don't smoke 12 hours for dream every day. You know, it's been 100,000 single cigarettes in 13 years. Yeah. Is a pack a day for 13 years. Medical, religious, spiritual, non social. It's like food. You put the air through fire next to a submarine manufacturing emissions and submarine fleet emissions. You put the air through fire before you breathe it in, it's technically a lot healthier. Even if it's just tobacco fire, it's technically a lot healthier than just breathing in the pollution from the Thames. Yeah, well, they have plenty of prescription medication available. It's just being Native American stuff and a spiritual religious as well. You kind of want to vote medical possible, you know? I'd keep yourself open to a doctor prescribing cigarettes to someone that's not even 18. You get precancer for serious uranium, plutonium, fucking refined nonsense. Precancers from cancers similar to those. You're going to want to equalize them radiation pills with some all-natural radiation similar to tobacco. In my case, it made the horse pills and shots go through a whole lot easier. Yeah, I've had lumps and things like that before. I think I was going to pediatric when they said that you have signs of precancer symptoms. No, I was 8 years old. I remember getting extremely sick, and when I was 9 years old, they said you're at a high risk for developing lymphoma and other contagious cancers. 9 years old, yeah. From swimming in the Thames and bathing in New London rain. Kind of. Gramps, you could look at the decommissioning last ride of USS Maine and see me as a baby boy only 3 months old being carried in the arms of submarinists. And then similar ride-alongs up until 2003 when he passed away. At the ride-alongs after 9/11/2001, until 2003 August. And don't remind me of my last time I got dunked. I don't want my eyes to glaze to my temples anymore. Well, just don't bring up anything too startling, you know? It seems like I've maybe seen something new and I'm talking to a semi-professional about so. You're not sure what's on my end? I don't need to know anything else. I know I'm on med leave.